Hi, in this video I'm going to show you how to update analysis model from the changes of the structural model. And to give you a bit context, let's start from the beginning. Let's say we have a draftsman who is creating the structural model and he handed over the IFC file to me as a structural engineer. Now I'm going to take this structural model and upload it to the AutoConverter. I can do it via the direct upload of the IFC or via the API if the CAD system allows it. In this case, I will use the IFC file. Once the IFC file is uploaded, I can start working on this structural model. And very quickly, I will create the analytical model from this one and store it back to the BIM Plus storage. Like that, we have a first revision of the analysis model in the AutoConverter. Now, Structural Engineer is going to download it to the SCIA Engineer via the BIM Plus Exchange. In SCIA Engineer, he will add a boundary conditions, create a load case, assign the loads, and then upload it back to the AutoConverter as a second revision of the analysis model. Now, we have two revisions of the analysis model in the AutoConverter. Revision 1 is coming from the structural model from Draftsman, and then we have a revision 2, which is the adjusted analysis model from SCIA Engineer, where we've added loads and boundary conditions. However, in the meantime, the Draftsman was doing his work as well, and he made some changes to the structural model. It is our task now to take those changes and apply them to our analysis model. Let's say the Draftsman sent us the second IFC file, which represents changed structural model. We can upload that model as a new revision inside the AutoConverter. Just click on the three dots and click on the Update Model and pick the IFC file from your hard drive. Create the revision, give the revision name and description, and upload it. You can see there is a second revision of a structural model in the AutoConverter. Now we're going to compare those two revisions and see their differences. For that, switch to the workflow Update Analysis with Structural. Pick the structural model from the list with at least two revisions. On the line below, you can also select any saved filter with that structural model. Then you can review which revisions you are comparing. In this case, it's revision 2 and 1. Here, it doesn't matter on the order, if it will be revision 1 and 2 or revision 2 and 1. Then there is another line with a property filter. That I will explain later. You can leave it like that and click on the compare. After a minute, you can review the changes between the revisions for yourself. The orange ones are the objects with changed properties. The yellow one are the deleted objects, the green one are the new objects, and the blue one are modified objects. Numbers of affected objects are in the brackets. In the table overview, you can see all the changes, the list of the new objects, deleted objects, and also how the properties has changed. You can also download this sheet to the Excel if you want to. Now we will select the analysis model which we want to be updated. We can also pick the specific revision we want to update with those changes. We can select specific change which will be applied to our analysis model, either by checking the empty checkbox next to the change or in the table overview. If nothing is selected, everything will be taken into account. The next steps are following the same workflow as for the conversion from structure to analysis model. First, we need to recognize this subset of the objects which were changed. In this case, 21 objects in total. Then you can review the new recognized model, which including also the new and changed objects. You can also play with the alignment settings, but my recommendation would be to go with the default and just press the align. The outcome is the aligned analysis model, which including the changes from the revision compare of the structural model, but it also contains all the boundary conditions in the load we applied to the analysis model in SCIA Engineer. The last step is to upload this aligned model as another revision for the analysis model. Just pick the analysis model, create the revision, give revision the name and the description. Once it is uploaded, it will be available for you also from SCIA Engineer. There you can again go to the BIM Plus Exchange and download this latest revision. Now let's go a little bit back and I will explain you that property filter. You can select any property from property selector, for example the material. You can see the AutoConverter is still the same in the 3D scene, but what actually changed is the content of the table overview. You can see here that only the material property change is listed. In this video, I've showed you how to use very great workflow we have in AutoConverter, and it is to update the analysis model from changes in structural model. Few remarks at the end. Next to the IFC file, you can also use the direct link to upload the model to the BIM Plus and therefore to AutoConverter. The Allplan and the Revit has it. Then the structural model and the analysis model needs to be kept as two sole standing models under one project to make this workflow working. And the last but not least, the revisions of the structural model needs to coming from the same original source structural model.